Longbeach, Lake Erie, October 11th, 2024. Water temperatures are incredibly warm for mid-October, and the winds are blowing approximately 40 kilometers an hour from the southwest, and we have some half decent waves happening. This is how I get out through the shore break without wrecking my sail. What I'll do is when I get deep enough, I turn the board around, so I'm pulling it from the mast and backing up into the surf, and I let the wing loose and I drag it by the leash. That way if the board does flip over, it's not going to puncture the sail. In my videos, I usually edit out how long it takes to get out through the surf, but this one I'll leave it all in, just so you can see the struggle it takes to... You don't want a breaking wave to hit the board sideways, then flip it over onto your sail. Dragging the board and holding it by the mast backwards, I have complete control of the board. The sandy bottom is contoured like you would see sand waves on the beach or maybe in the snow, how there are valleys and heights on the bottom. So it will be shallow, and then it'll go deep a bit, and then it'll go shallow again, and then it'll go deep again. And what I do is, knowing this, I will try to get out far enough so that I'm in a valley or a deeper part where I can then flip the board and there is less shore break. If the waves aren't too big, I will drag the board or swim the board far enough out so that I'm out past the shore break. But today is not one of those days because the waves on the outside are too big to swim over. Once the lake is deep enough that I can flip the board over, I will flip it over and then be on the upwind side of the board like this, and then holding the front strap the way I am and keeping the nose of the board pointed into the wave. Finding a spot where there's a break in the surf, jump on quickly and get going before the next wave hits. Having a wing that is overpowered is better in the surf for this reason. As well, a wing that has more low-end power than high-end power. This is what I found with the V3 Strike. They had very poor low-end power, which made it a lot difficult to get going in situations where you need to get up and get going right away. This is why I purchased the F1 Origin over the Strike, because the Origin has much better low-end power to help me get up and get going in the surf. The biggest and the steepest and the best waves at Long Beach are down in the hole, right down in this corner here. I call it the pit, because if you get washed in that area on a southwest or a south wind, it's very difficult to get out because the shore break is much stronger, and you need to get out past the rocky point here. So not only is it difficult to get out through the surf, but you are also blocked by the point, the shallow point. This is where we launch at the small public beach, and the waves will be bigger here than they are to the west upwind at the conservation area where it's more sheltered. This is downwind in the hole where the waves are their biggest, but also the most difficult to get back out if you get washed in. This is the shallow rocky shoal that extends from the point. Once you fall in the waves and get washed into the hole, it's next to impossible to tack back out because you got to get out past the larger waves, and you have to tack upwind, and the shoal is in your way, preventing you from getting out. At which point, it's a 1.5 kilometer walk of shame back upwind to the parking lot. earlier I met my buddy Scott up here.